What is going on, guys? It is Frankie here, coming at you live just seconds after the Chiefs-Bears Sunday night game to recap Week 16 in the 2019 NFL season. The season is almost over. We got Monday night and then Week 17, and then that'll be it. And a lot of interesting games happened today, a lot of fun finishes, a couple crazy ends of games here, 2 overtime games, and we'll get to all of it here in just a second. Let's start with the game that just ended, Chiefs-Bears. I gotta be honest with you, this game meant nothing to me. I didn't care at all. This was just a total Chiefs beatdown. Offensively, defensively. They owned the Bears. I mean, the Bears looked unprepared. The Bears looked lost. And Kansas City was focused the entire way. A great game from Mahomes. 23 for 32, 251 yards and 2 touchdowns. And we were wondering earlier this year, what's going on with Kansas City? They're ready now. They're ready for the playoffs. Offensively and defensively right now, they're probably playing at their best. They're doing great on both sides of the ball. Shut down the Bears tonight. And the Bears were a joke. Mahomes trolling the Bears with counting to 10. If you saw that after one of the touchdowns, counting to 10. Of course, 10 is the number of picks he fell down to. He was the 10th pick in the draft. And as we all know, the Bears did not take Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson. They took Mitchell Trubisky. And Trubisky, yet again tonight, was horrendous. 18 for 34, 157 yards. No impact on the game whatsoever. Some of that has to do with Nagy's play calling. Nagy also, how was he coach of the year last year? He's terrible. He's such a bad game manager, conservative, all this garbage. We got that dub. Yes, Chiefs will KC, you got that dub. Chiefs and Saints Super Bowl. I mean, good chance of it. Again, after tonight, very good chance of that. But I would still lean towards Baltimore and New England. What's up, Granky? What's up, Steven? Told us the Eagles were going to beat the Cowboys, and how about my Falcons? Yes, we will get to both of those things. Actually, we're not going to spend too much time on the Falcons. Nice win, but it was a meaningless game. Both teams aren't making the playoffs. So good job for Atlanta, but it didn't really mean much. A little bit more interested here in Kansas City. Again, this was just a total beatdown for Kansas City. And for the Bears, again, you got to sit there and wonder, what is Trubisky going to be? Because we've seen greatness of Trubisky. Collinsworth was doing that thing during the game where he's like, look at that, look how good he was. I saw last week. Oh, he was so good last week. He had that great throw against Green. We saw this. It just seems like this is it. It just seems like every week it's very average with occasional greatness, but mostly average and sometimes really, really bad. And tonight we saw really bad Trubisky. He didn't throw an interception, so good for him, but they just did not move the ball down the field at all. It was just boring. I started Dak over Fitzpatrick in my dynasty. Yeah, go figure. Bad job on that. And again, if you're the Bears, you just have to sit there and you could have had Mahomes. There were actually Bears fans that had Patrick Mahomes Bears jerseys, which I thought was funny. There was one guy who was counted to that, and it's just like, all right, Nagy's a very conservative, terrible coach. How many screen passes on third down do you need? And again, the Bears' offense is bad. The defense is really rough right now. We shouldn't really talk too much about the Bears, I guess, because they're not going to be going anywhere. But yeah, it's just and considering they made the playoffs last year, they took a huge step back this year, and I don't really know the answer to it. Matt Nagy got exposed, and Trubisky, we saw him once again. I mean, Trubisky's throwing. On 4th and 23. And I'm trying to double check this here because I want to make sure I got this right. It's a 4th and 23, and they're doing a check down? That's terrible play calling. That's just beyond awful play calling. Guess what, Frankie? Today was a big day for me. What happened, Gabriel? This was just a really boring game. Kansas City, again, just offensively, defensively, total control. Nothing crazy happened. And again, they did what they had to do, and now they're playing about as well as they could right now on both sides of the ball, and they should be a contender here come playoff time. Now you have to worry about Andy Reid being your coach, which, of course, clock management and all that, we'll have to see. Andy Reid, we know about his playoff failures. Jason Garrett fired. I don't think so. Wouldn't we have heard about that by now? And by the way, who should be the next thing? By the way, they've not fired Jason Garrett. And, no, they shouldn't, because not until next week. Because Dallas still has a chance. You can't do this. You got to wait until next week when you still have a chance to make it. So, yeah, they didn't fire Jason Garrett. I probably would after this season because I don't understand what the end game is. He will is what I'm saying. I went to my first NFL game today. It was Giants-Redskins, and a drunk guy almost got in a fist fight right next to me and my dad. Well, that's an NFL game. Welcome to that. By the way, great Giants-Redskins game. We'll get into that a little bit. What's my name? Spanky. True, but we won. Good. What's up? good to see you. So yeah, this is again good win for Kansas City, and they're playing about the best that they can right now, heading into the playoffs. Let's get through all the games here because there were 8 games that really meant something. We already broke down 1. And actually, there was 7. There was 3 in the 1 o'clock game, 3 in the 4 o'clock games that really meant anything, and we'll get to all of them here. Let's start with Ravens and Browns, and the Baltimore Ravens clinching the AFC home field advantage. Another terrific performance from Lamar Jackson. 20 for 31, 238 yards, 3 touchdowns, ran for 100 yards. His talent is... look, we just can't even say... Now, look, I don't know what's going to happen with Mark Ingram. I don't know what his status is going to be. I mean, it was a non-contact play, so you worry about him, and let's hope he's okay. I haven't gotten a status report on him. But throwing that out, and yeah, if you lose him, that's rough. But where Baltimore was the beginning, no one had this coming in this year. I don't know if anyone had Baltimore as the number 1 seed in the home field. There were a few people, but it was not many. No one was really buying into this team. It's like, oh, that was a nice run, Lamar, but you can't do that for a full year. You got owned by the Chargers. They're 13-2. I don't know what they're going to do next week, whether or not they're going to play all their starters. I'm going to assume not, but it's against the Steelers, and they have a chance to eliminate the Steelers. So maybe you want to eliminate your enemy. But how great Lamar is, how many, and that really is the story of this. I mean, you're going to have Ingram and Andrews and Brown, and there have been some good players for Brown, but it's really Lamar. Lamar just took this huge step. He's going to be MVP. Again, his offensive playmaking ability. Every week, this guy put on a show, and he revolutionized the game this season. One of the best, seasons we've ever seen from a quarterback. Again, the dual threat of quarterback and running back. He was really special this year, and so that's the reason why the Ravens are going to be the number 1 seed, and they've earned it. And congratulations to them. And now we get to see what they can do in the playoffs. John Harbaugh's already won a Super Bowl. And it's going to be easy again for Baltimore. The road's got to go through Baltimore. So you're going to have those advantages. We'll see who the matchups are. But for now, if you're Baltimore, celebrate this, enjoy this moment, the fact that you are the number 1 team in the AFC. And as for the Browns, thank God their season's over. Put us all out of our misery. Will Lamar be able to sustain all the running 15 years from now? That is the thing you worry about. I mean, we've seen all the things with running quarterbacks, that they get hurt. All this. I don't know what's going to be. Probably not. But look, I'm not worried about where he is 15 years from now. Right now, I'm just going to enjoy the ride. Right now, I'm just going to enjoy the ride that Lamar Jackson is giving us. This game was a sleeper. Yeah, it was a total. I just, again, I know I'm supposed to talk about, and I did talk about it a little bit. Yeah, but there was nothing really interesting to it. It was kind of boring. Congrats, Village Boy, on the win, but it was just a dominating Kansas City performance. What's up, Broseph? I don't even know why it was on primetime. Because Chiefs, I thought Cowboys Eagles would have been a better primetime game. I don't know why that wasn't on there, but I guess Cowboys Eagles was primetime earlier in the year. Mahomes, it's not the worst thing in the world. Browns all the way. I have nothing positive to say about Cleveland. I'm glad the season's over. Freddie Kitchens is a just gosh-awful head coach. I mean, the end of that game, the terrible first half miscues at the end of the game. I want to break down here the first half. So it's you're 3rd and long from your own 25. You have a minute left. The Ravens are out of timeouts. You could run the ball and the clock and go down to halftime, down 7-6. And Kitchens had Baker throw a pass that fell incomplete. They gave the ball back to the Ravens, and the Ravens scored a touchdown. That's basically the game. I can't watch this terrible clock management, the terrible decision making that Freddie is. I feel like he should go. He's been just awful this entire year, and it doesn't look like he's going to get any better. And as for again, what a disappointing Browns team. So much talent going into this year. Mayfield's second year, all these weapons with the receiver core, and to just fall flat on your face like this. All the missed opportunities, all the drama going on the sideline right now. It's amazing to think about. And Odell got into an exchange with Freddie Kitchens. Last week, Jarvis Landry did that. It seems like the team's ready to turn on Freddie. It's just a disaster there in Cleveland. What a mess this whole season has been. I know the Jets are bad, but the Jets did win today, so I'll give them that. Once looked like his 2017 self. Parts of the game. I mean, they only scored 17 points. I'm sad because the Rams still won't be going to the playoffs. Sorry about that, man. But and we'll get to the Rams here in just a second. But overall, again, this was for the Browns. Good win. Very impressive win for Cleveland. Oh, I'm sorry, for Baltimore. I don't know why I said Cleveland. Very impressive win for Baltimore, 31-15, and they're now number 1 seed in the AFC. Then we had Saints-Titans, which this game actually looked like, Tennessee might be able to pull this out. It was 14-0 at the beginning of the first quarter, and then the Saints took over. Drew Brees, 239 yards and 3 touchdowns. Tennessee tried, but in the end, New Orleans was able to do just enough. And again, after great games from Breeze and Kamara and Michael Thomas, congrats to Michael Thomas on setting the receptions record, passing Marvin Harrison. So good for him. Best receiver in football. He's been dominant all year. And this was just the final nail in the coffin to the final, not the final nail in the coffin, just the final exclamation point on his fantastic, legendary year. And now for New Orleans, I don't know what else to say. Again, it was just a special performance. Again, 3 touchdowns from Breeze. Kamara was great, and they played great. And look, Tennessee, I'm not going to kill Tennessee. Look, they were up against a better New Orleans team, and they fell just a little bit short. And I give Tannehill and everybody their credit. Tannehill had actually a pretty good game, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, but it just wasn't enough. And we'll see if they can win next week. I mean, now they're in a dire win situation here next week. And for New Orleans, again, 2 good wins in a row. This one could have been a little bit better. I mean, you did go up 20 to Tennessee, but you got the win. You're 12-3. Now you're fighting for that home field advantage. And if New Orleans gets home field advantage, that's going to be something very interesting to look at. They had it last year. They weren't able to close the deal. Let's see if they can do it this year. But we'll have a week to go to settle that. Brown should go after Rex Ryan. No, Rex Ryan is a defensive-minded coach. You need an actual head coach, not someone who's just on defense. So can Raiders realistically make the playoffs? Possibly, yes. Realistically, I think I would say no, but I have to look at the schedule for how they're going to do it. How about Barkley? Fantastic one from Barkley. I'll get to that. I'm doing well. What's my name? Sup, Matthew? Browns would be dumb to target Rex Ryan. He was for the Bills. Yeah, he was awful with the Bills. I don't know why you'd go after Rex Ryan. Still can't believe the Titans blew a 14-point lead. Yeah, that stinks. It's rough. But hey, it was the first quarter, and New Orleans is a really good team, and Drew Brees is one of the great quarterbacks of all time. Saints have a great offense, and they were able to show it here. So, again, impressive win for New Orleans. They win it 38-28. I'm not going to spend too much time on this game, but the Bengals-Dolphins game was one of the most fun finishes I've seen in years. So you have Miami up 23. Miami up 23 with 6.5 minutes to go, and the Bengals almost come back. The touchdown, the 2-point conversion, the onside kick, the Hail Mary, the 2-point conversion. It was insane. How often do we see that? Miami ends up winning the game, but it was fun to see. It was really, really fun to see Miami, beat Cincinnati after just that ridiculous finish between 2 garbage teams. But there was something significant that came out of it. Cincinnati now clinches the number 1 pick. Joe Burrow, it looks like you are coming to Cincinnati, Ohio. Congratulations to you. Looks like you're going to be replacing Andy Dalton. I wrote a Dolphin. Good for you. Rex just even said he would donate to get help for offense. He couldn't have done that with the Jets. He couldn't have done that with the Bills. We could have used him to donate to get help for the offense. I mean, he's a defensive coordinator. That's what he is. He's a defensive coordinator with a head coach personality. He's not a head coach. And he's terrible with clock management. Awful with the clock. One of the worst coaches we've ever seen with the clock. All right, Jets, Steelers. This was... I don't know how to look at this game. Because, okay, the Jets win it. And impressed with the Jets here. Darnold was okay throughout the game, but he was able to get done. I more look at this as the Steelers. And when Ben Roethlisberger comes back next year, if he has a functioning arm, he should start. Because as we saw yet again, Mason Rudolph and Devlin Hodges are both not NFL quarterbacks. They are both dreadful. And they've shown promise, but for the most part, they are dreadful. And we saw yet another bad game from Hodges. They put Rudolph in. He's not very good. Actually, 14 for 20, 129 yards, 1 touchdown. But they didn't win. So, I guess look at that. And for the most part, we've seen him. He's been awful. I mean, and the fact that they benched Rudolph earlier in the year so it's just a mess right now at the Pittsburgh quarterback position. And they're going to need to get Ben back next year. So the franchise quarterback for this team is not on the roster. As for Pittsburgh, just a bad loss, considering, again, this is a Jets team that's, for the most part, been pretty bad. You had a chance, again, to really, all right, let's seize this opportunity to get this playoff spot, and you scored 10 points. Now, look, I will give them this, a lot of injuries. You lose Connor, you lose Pouncey, again, Rudolph. So you bench Hodges, and then you bench Hodges, and then you get Rudolph gets hurt. It's just a mess right now, the Pittsburgh offense. And again, I give Tomlin all the credit, the fact that this team has been able to fight to get to this point that they're going to be competing in Week 17. I never thought that would happen. But there's only so much you can do. And this Steelers offense is going to be the Achilles heel for this team. And I feel bad for TJ Watt. He's great, but the offense has not lived up to it. And so we'll see next week. And next week is a huge moment for Pittsburgh. They play Baltimore. They got to fight out with Tennessee for that playoff spot in Oakland. So we'll see how it is for them. What are you packing? I think I said I'm not packing anything. I really wasn't expecting the Jets to win against the Steelers. No, I wasn't. No one was. But here they are. They made it. Somehow they beat it, but because Pittsburgh's quarterback play is dreadful. Gage, why did you leave? I have no idea. Madden game. Okay. Hi, Big. They're hot, though. Cool. Steelers have Ravens. I give that game to the Ravens. The Titans have Texans. I give the Texans. And Raiders have Broncos. Look at that. The Raiders could make playoffs. Cole decided not to join the Yankees. Look at that. I'm not stupid. He signed a press conference. Look at this. Garrett Cole. Yeah, no. Garrett Cole's a New York Yankee. Yeah, nice try. I looked it up just to because I have the time. He's a Yankee. That would be hilarious, though. That would be kind of hilarious, but it would make me just feel like the worst person in the world. I just feel awful. I didn't ignore you. I said, hey, Big. So, yeah, Garrett Cole is still a Yankee. Very, very happy about that. And hopefully he'll be good this year. Although my grandfather was calling me today saying he's going to be a bust. Let's hope that's not true. Gosh. Again, the back end of that contract's going to be really bad. But right now I'm going to enjoy the front end. JK, I'm just a Dodgers fan. Sorry about that, man. Sorry that you have a really, really bad manager who doesn't know how to manage a bullpen, and you have a all-time Hall of Fame pitcher who can't close out big moments. I honestly don't hate the Dodgers. I just want, I'm frustrated for their fans. I want them to show up in postseason because they're a really talented team. They just can't put it together in the postseason. But I wish you guys well. And I'm about to donate. Am I allowed to donate? Oh yes, you are allowed to donate. Click the super chat button and donate whatever you want. Should Bills rest their starters? Sure, whatever. Frankie, what's up again, Big? Anyway, who do you guys think was the team of the week? Is there really? I don't know who. Is that like the team of the week? I don't know. Ravens. I'll give it to the Ravens since they clinched home field advantage and they proved once again they're the best team in football. So, all right. So yeah. So I just wanted to get to that. Yeah, the Steelers. Man, the quarterback play was awful today, and they're going to need a lot of help. Also, and we're not going to spend too much time on it either. I don't know how I feel with the Giants. They played great today. Daniel Jones was terrific. One of the best we've seen probably since his opening game against Tampa. Saquon, it was good to see Saquon back and deliver and perform so well. The problem is, are we going to lose out on Chase Young because of this game? Is this why we're going to lose out on Chase Young? Are the Redskins going to end up with Chase Young and the Giants and we're going to end up with who knows who, and Chase Young's going to become a Hall of Famer and we're not going to be able to have him? I hope it's not the case. That's my fear. That's my fear. So hopefully the Redskins will win next week. We'll lose and there'll be some sort of playoffs. There'll be some sort of tiebreaker. But again, I'm happy they won that in terms of the team looking better. But I don't like the idea of us losing that draft pick because it feels like Chase Young's going to be a real superstar. Raiders Chargers. I honestly thought the Raiders would be dead by now. I took Raiders plus 6.5 and I was very happy. That was a smooth pick. The Raiders just played great against LA. They won 24-17. Derek Carr heard the boos last week in Oakland because today he was lights out. What was it? 26 for 30, 291 yards and a touchdown, and a big touchdown as well for Hunter Renfrow. And look, I don't know if the Raiders are going to make the playoffs. I'm leaning towards probably not. But the fact that, again, they're in it, again, a credit to John Gruden and Mayock, the fact that they've been able to build a team that got to this point. I never thought this would happen, especially after the Antonio Brown stuff. But here they are. They're 1 week away. And look, they're still not a very good team, but they're in it. And I give them all the credit that they're doing this. I'm looking for what's the playoff scenario next week. Again, I don't have the exact scenario here, but again, they're still alive. So they needed 10 things to happen in the last 2 weeks to qualify for the playoffs, and 4 of them happened today, or maybe 5. I don't know what the Raiders scenario is here. It's still probably very, very unlikely. Raiders Week 17 scenarios. Okay, so the Raiders. All right, so here's what. All right, so next week the Raiders need to beat the Broncos, the Ravens need to beat the Steelers, the Texans need to beat the Titans, and the Colts need to beat the Jaguars. That's actually not unrealistic. And if that happens, the Raiders get a wild card. So, oh boy, that should be a very fun week next week as the Steelers, Titans, and Raiders battle it out for that final playoff spot. I have nothing really to say about the Chargers. They're bad, awful. Philip Rivers, it's time to go. But for the Raiders, again, they hung in there today. and they beat LA in front of the worst home field advantage in the history of football. That Chargers, I can't wait for the Chargers to get out of that stadium. That stadium's a death trap. It is an awful home field advantage, worst in the league. Well, the Eagles are about to go 9-7 for some reason. somehow this really, really bad Eagles team is somehow going to go 9-7. Team of the week is Giants. All right, you're getting a block. Goodbye. I think Daniel Jones could be the next Brady, honestly. I'd like to believe that. I can't believe that. I'd like to believe that, but it's not, we still need, is he going to win 6 Super Bowls? New York football team doing good. What is this world coming to? Oh, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. Yeah, it's not. It's just 1 week. They both win. Great. Fine. It's about next year for them. I've already given up on the New York team, so I'm not even angry. I was fine that they won today, but it's like, whatever happens. By the way, if my energy's a little bit lower, it's because I have a giant canker sore right now in my mouth. As you know, my sisters have been sick, so I've been taking a lot of medicine and all that, and gotten a huge canker sore. So my voice is a little bit lower tonight. It hurts a little bit when I talk right now, and so I'm fighting through it. I'm like Jordan in the flu game, so I'm doing this for you guys. By the way, if you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down there below for more content every single week about everything going on in all sports. We'll be back tomorrow night after Packers-Vikings as well to break down that. The NFC should just be disqualifying the playoffs alone. I would be totally okay with that. But the Bills beat up Browns, Colts, Brad for playoff clinching. Yep. Bills made it, number 5 seed, and if they can rest last week, if they've clinched the 5 seed, then yes, I think they should rest next week. There was a lot of Giants there. Are you going to stream on Christmas? Yes, actually. After the NBA game, I don't know which NBA game, but I will be streaming on Christmas. I don't know for how long, but I will be doing a Christmas live stream breaking down the NBA games that day. So, and then I'm going to take like a 2-day break, and then I'll be back on Friday or whatever. So, why'd you ban that guy? Because he said something about my mom, and yeah, he was just messing around. He was just, there's no need for it. Daniel Jones only had 1 turnover. Yay! I don't usually expect that from Daniel Jones. Can he? All right, don't turn the ball over. The Nuggets, man. Talk about a statement. What did the Nuggets do today? I know I should not. Look, I'm focused all on the football today. I didn't know what Denver did. Wow, they're beating the Lakers by 18. Wow, unless the Lakers come back here. I'm looking here, and the Clippers lost to the Thunder today. Milwaukee beat Indiana. Milwaukee's the best team in the NBA. Who would have thought? I want to see what. Jokic scored 13 points. Who's their biggest star? Well, Millsap's got 19. Harris has 15. Barton has 12. Plumlee has 10. Okay, in fairness, this is a game. LeBron's not playing in this game, so I think that may have contributed to it. Anthony Davis, though, is putting up great 27 points, but everybody else, JaVale's got 4, Bradley's got 6, Rondo's got 5, Graham's got 5, Howard's got. It's just tonight. Denver's just been deeper than the Lakers, so I give Denver that. Daniel Jones is a stiff. I mean, so was Eli, I guess. Look. I like Daniel Jones. I believe in his potential, but he's got some straightening to do. But right now, I really like the potential I see from this guy. Lakers and Celtics finals. I'm not really to go that far yet, but we gotta wait. We gotta wait and see. But both teams have been good so far. Right now, I'm leaning towards Lakers or Clippers against the Bucks. Steelers can only go 9-7. Titans, Raiders can only go 8-8. So Bills have 5 seeds secure. All right. So if the Bills have the 5 seeds secure, then rest next week. Sorry that I'm talking about the Giants so much, but I'm so happy I went to the game. No, it's fine, Gabriel. We're here to talk about a lot of great stuff here on this channel. So yeah, I'm glad you went to the Giants game. I'm glad you had fun. Glad you saw a great game, and I'm glad you saw a drunk guy getting into a fight. You've truly had the NFL experience. I've not gone to an NFL game ever, and the reason why, I feel like the TV experience is so much better. I've been to a lot of baseball games, not been to one NFL game. I just feel like I've been to a lot of NBA games. The NFL experience on TV is so much better. It's just so much ridiculously better. Kuzma can't stay healthy though. Yeah, that is a problem with the Lakers. Also shocked Arizona beat the Seahawks today. We'll get to that. They lost to Sam Monol today. Yeah, I don't know what to make of Pittsburgh either. Reason I came in, I know Frankie knows her. I know who Frankie NG. Oh, look, I didn't try. Reason I came in because I know Frankie knows, or I know Frankie tries to hook up. And first of all, no, I barely know any women, so that attack is totally false. I barely know women. And I've never forced myself on anyone, so not true. Not a good try. Can't wait for the NBA playoffs. Yeah, in a few weeks. Can't wait. This is why you're one of my favorite. This is why you're one of my favorite YouTubers. Thank you, Gabriel. I really appreciate it. Yeah, the NBA playoffs is gonna be great, and that's gonna be fun. No. I haven't been in a public school since the 5th grade, so I wouldn't know anything about cheerleaders. Male cheerleaders, you guys are getting so much stuff. I was homeschooled because I didn't have a private school experience because I just didn't like it. But, homeschool turned out to be great, and I actually enjoyed my private school experience because I met my closest friends ever at private school. So, great. I have to introduce you guys to my private school friends at one point. They're a great group of kids, so hopefully one day I'll introduce you to them. That was rude. Welcome to this channel. A lot of that. Don't forget to drop a like. Thank you, Gabriel. I'm ready for January. I am too. Yeah, but I gotta wait till this final week. Hey, let guy bully you like that? I'm here for you, bro. Because you know what? I've been bullied before. It's okay. I just let it bounce off me, guys. It's just whatever. It's nothing. The players are gonna play. The haters are gonna hate. I'm just gonna shake it off. The words of the great Taylor Swift. All right, I should get back to the games here. We got sidetracked on Nuggets Lakers. So yeah, good win for the Raiders. Now let's get to Cowboys Eagles. This game was not very fun to watch. Also, Eagles won 17-9, which is a weird score. Carson Wentz though did have a pretty good day, 31 for 43, 19 yards and 1 touchdown. I forgot how good his stats were. And for Philadelphia, and we'll get to Dallas here in just a second. For Philadelphia, after all the problems they've had this season, again, a monster win. Their quarterback showed up in a big game. I forgot. I'm sorry. I didn't realize how good his stats were. Even though they only scored 17 points, or whatever. And again, Philadelphia is great. They shut down Dallas. I still don't know if they're a good team, but today they were good. And now next week, if they win or Dallas loses, they're in the playoffs. And we can talk about whether or not they deserve it. They got there. By the way, I had Eagles +3 because I took the Eagles to win this game because it just felt like all the signs were there that Dallas wasn't going to win. This is the exact kind of game that Dallas loses. So, and for Dallas, yet another bad Jason Garrett performance. Jerry Jones looked like he wanted to kill Jason Garrett in the press box today. And I'm expecting this to finally be the end of the Jason Garrett experiment. I hope that Jerry Jones has realized this experiment is not going anywhere. That this Jason Garrett stuff is not working. He's not a good coach. Clap, nothing. Dak wasn't very good today. Zeke, that's rough. I don't know what's going on there. Why Amari Cooper was not in the game there late. It's just weird. And then the Cowboys charter flight today back to Dallas got delayed because of mechanical issues. And they might still be on the plane. I don't know what's going on there. I know Dak has an injured right shoulder, but again, he could have had it. Again, this was the biggest moment of the Cowboys season, and they let it end. Stun. They failed again. They've lost 7 of 10. And the defense again gave up 125 yards in the first 2 drives of this game to fall. And the offense again only put up 14 yards in the first quarter, the fewest in 2 years for Dallas. How about in the third quarter when the Cowboys went to rookie Tony Pollard on 3rd and 1, and he fumbled the ball, and even though you had Elliott on the sideline, and you just made Elliott the richest running back in NFL history. And so, and again, Dak, and look, I don't know what's going on with his shoulder, so yeah, that's a problem. And Amari Cooper, what's going on with him? 4 catches for 24 yards. It's just... And he wasn't on the field during a lot of the game. It's just a rough scenario right now, Dallas. They just seem like they're about to collapse. And Jason Garrett looks like he's on his way out, which, again, I'm very, very happy for Dallas fans. He just is not a good coach. He's painfully average. And, it looks like it's fine. It looks like Jerry Jones has realized what I think all of us realized like 6-7 years ago is that Jason Garrett's not a good coach. And so it looks like he finally came to that conclusion, which good for Jerry. Better late than never. Looking for that. Stay humble, Frankie. Thank you. Sit down. Be humble. You want to watch Gladiator movies with Frankie? I have a steak condition play as a Bill fan. Absolutely. Dak just wasn't healthy. No, that's fair. You can't let people push you around like that. I'm here for you, bro. Thank you, Browns bandwagon. I really appreciate the support. You should do a special where your mom helps you talk about football. My mom actually has some great ideas about football. Or great as in hilariously bad. Like one of her ideas was, because she hates the Patriots, she's like, oh, if you win the Super Bowl, you can't defend it the next year. So she has that idea. She hates the Patriots for some reason. I don't know why. My mom's a very interesting. She knows like very little about sports. It's like you're talking to a monkey sometimes. So it's very interesting. But a wonderful person, but sports is not her specialty. Also, only on TV, they were chanting Dallas sucks in the audience, which was savage. Yeah, good. Good. That's Philly. That's Philly for you. When did you start letting people push you around? What age? I never did. Or when I was younger, like sometimes it hurt me. But then after I left elementary school, I grew tougher skin and I realized, I don't need these people. Like, you just have to reach a point in life when you just don't care what other people think. And I reached that point very early on in life, and I've been very happy about that. Did the black kids in public club beat you up and take you lunch money? I never had lunch money. People did beat me up, but they weren't black kids. They were just normal kids. I don't know. I forget what race they were, but they were kids, and yeah. I'm good now. I made it through. Skip Bayless on Twitter. I don't want to read Skip Bayless. I cared about Skip Bayless when I was younger, and then I realized Skip Bayless is a hack. How Eagles are banged up and Dak had their whole team healthy and he couldn't win. Because Cowboys, man. Because Jason Garrett. Because Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, when they don't work together, it's a problem. No. I know what you did last summer, dude. I didn't do anything last summer. I just sat here in my house and just watched the days go by. The NFC East was just not a good season for them. No, it was an awful season. And yet another bad season from the NFC East. So I just gotta say Barkley's legs are the size of my whole body. Yes, absolutely. Skip mad. Great, fine. He's a terrible person. Or not a terrible person. He's just a total fraud. He just sits there and his opinions are made up. He just does opinions just to try to. Breaking news? Oh, that's nothing. What's the breaking news? Oh, Hunchar and Root agrees to 4-year, $80 million deal with the race. Okay. Blue Jays, so sorry. So yeah, Skip's mad, whatever. He just has opinions that just, are just there to. I don't like people whose only opinions are to provoke. Like, just give me your real opinions. Don't, do fake opinions. His legs are so big. What do you think about Dwight Howard's? I don't know if those are real, and I don't care. He's a dude. I don't care. Rex for the Cowboys would fit better than Browns. Rex, no Rex. I will take Rex nowhere. No, I would call Lincoln Riley and say, here, have the keys to the franchise. Or Matt Rule. Give him a shot. He's round. The Cowboys, the 2015-2019 Cowboys, the fakest good team ever. I mean, yeah, you can make an argument for that. Your mom sounds fun. Invite me for Christmas dinner. No. No thanks. Sorry, buddy. You're a nice kid. I just don't invite anyone for fine. It's a close personal gathering. Someone just sent Frankie a therapy dog. Clearly he needs attention. I have a dog. It's not a therapy dog, and I'm fine. I've worked out the problems in my life. I'm good. Skip Bell's gonna be mad. Can't wait to see the show tomorrow. I'm sure I'll watch I'll see a screenshot of it and then I'll stop caring. Why they have to be just say it's too wacky to say here, but it did involve a young who would need lots of therapy in her future. No, it didn't. Ryu to the Jazz, shaking my head. Thankfully, he was sent to juvenile, so those records will get sealed. Again, you guys are just making stuff up here. Which, I appreciate the commitment, but I don't understand what the whole point of this is. So, that was a bad loss for Dallas. And their season now on the brink. Again, if the Eagles win or Dallas loses, the Eagles clinch the playoffs. The Eagles clinch the division. If Dallas wins and Philly loses, Dallas clinches the division. That's how it works next week. And then finally, the last game of importance that happened today, Cardinals, Seahawks. I don't understand what the heck happened here. Arizona is very up and down. And today, they let Kenyon Drake ran all over Seattle. In Seattle. By the way, that is no longer the dominant. Do you realize the Seahawks are 4-3 at home? The Seahawks are 4-3 at home. So much for that home field advantage. Kenyon Drake ran all over the Seahawks today. I don't know what that happened. Because we've seen greatness from the Seahawks team for the most part of this year. And you got a chance to get home field. And yes, I know you lost your running backs. Carson and Procise both went out. Russell Wilson today was not very good. It looks like Chris Carson's going to be out for the year. This was just, again, you lose your top two running backs, and then you just do nothing. It was really disappointing to me. And again, I like Seattle for the most part. I have. Seattle punted 7 times after their opening drive. They lost a fumble. They lost their 2 tailbacks. They couldn't get to Kyler Murray at all. And Kyler Murray's been sacked more often than anybody this year. And then Brett Hundley, I guess, did Murray get hurt? I forget what happened. Either Murray got hurt or they pulled him. Whatever happened. Brett Hundley came in, and you couldn't get to Brett Hundley? You can't get to Kyler Murray or Brett Hundley? What happened to the Seahawks defense? Okay, so it looks like it. Okay, so he was hurt. And it was just, ugh. And Wilson was facing pressure all game. He couldn't react to it well. And Wilson was sacked 5 times, took 7 hits. And Seahawks have lost more fumbles this year than anybody. Or Okay, they've lost 14. Okay, Arizona. I don't know who has more fumbles lost than them, but yeah, they've lost 14 fumbles this year. And David Moore, had that fumble. So it was rough for Seattle. Again, this Seattle team for the most part has been great this year. They're for the most part a terrific team, especially by Wilson, led by Wilson. And mostly Wilson is the reason why they're terrific. But to see them be so bad against Arizona was surprising. So I don't know what to make of it all. I don't know what's going to happen here going forward. I expect Seattle's going to overcome this, but that was rough. That was rough. You worked out your problems in your life except one, and I know what it is. You don't know. Have you ever been in a football stadium game before? No, I have not. I don't. And here's the thing. Again, I find the TV experience so much better than the home experience. That's why. What is happening? Can you talk about something different? Frankie took pictures. No, that's a lie. You're making that up. Fake news. Do you see the Bengals making playoffs next year with Brady? With Tom Brady? If Tom Brady comes, I'm assuming again Tom Brady. All right, we'll see. Look, I don't know how good is Tom going to be without Bill. And Tom's old, and Tom hasn't had a very good year. I'm assuming they'd be better than whatever the heck Andy Dalton's given them, but playoffs, I don't know about that. Playoffs. The Seahawks definitely didn't want to play today. The Seahawks defense didn't want to play that, which I don't understand. Again, you have a chance to get home field advantage. Why would you not want to play at home? What happened? Hey, geez, Daniel Jones was amazing. I wanted to win. I could care less about the draft. Oh, hey, Noah. Yeah, Daniel Jones, that was about the best we've seen of Daniel Jones since the game against Tampa back in week 3. That was probably the best we've seen of him since. He was fantastic today. And, now, I know it's the Redskins, and the Redskins are garbage, but that's what, seeing that, that's the Daniel Jones I want to see for the most part. That's the Daniel Jones I want to see for the majority of the season. No Brady Quinn? No Brady Quinn. Okay, funny. That's funny. 5 TDs. Why does Seahawks seem like a different team when they were at home? I don't know. And even when they're at home, they're 4-3. Usually, they're so much better. They're 4-3 at home. That's not the Seahawks we know. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing well, David. Hey, Gabriel. Throwing 5 touchdowns against any team is impressive. Yes, that is fair. But it I just wanted to point that out. Yeah, it is the Redskins. But hey, again, that was his throws today were great. He just who is 5 touchdowns to? I'm looking it up right now. Again, I didn't really have any interest in this game because it's 2 teams that stink. But Giants-Redskins actually turned out to be maybe the most entertaining game of the day, along with Bengals-Dolphins there near the end. Shepard, Barkley had a nice run. Saquon Barkley, welcome back. I love you. Shepard, Barkley, Laitmere, Smith. Well, he had 5 touchdowns to 4 different receivers. The variety there, nice. Very, very nice. I don't know if that's going to be the Daniel Jones we get next year, especially with probably a new coach. But again, it's very, very promising. If you're a Giants fan, you got great performances out of Jones and Barkley. That's what you want to see in the future. Now, it may have been at the expense of losing Chase Young, but for now, again, I don't know if we can complain about that. Right now, you just have to sit there and just enjoy the fact that your top 2 guys showed up. Why is LSU so overrated? I don't think LSU's over. LSU right now is the best team in the country. Joe Burrow is the best player in the country. Well, it's kind of a boring Sunday night football game. Next Sunday night game should be yeah, thank you. I was not the only one saying it. That Sunday night game was just boring to me. Nothing interesting. The Bears stink. And yes, I don't know if you guys know this, but Patrick Mahomes was drafted behind Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky was taken ahead of Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, and they will remind you about that when you die. When all of us die, the last thing we will hear is Mitchell Trubisky was drafted ahead of Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. Jones is 4 touchdowns away from tying the rookie passing touchdown record. Good for him. Good for him. I'm happy for him, and I hope he gets. I don't know if he's going to get it next week. 4 touchdowns is a lot. We'll see. His 67-yard rushing touchdown was crazy. Oh yeah, that was like vintage Saquon. Him just running down the side. And getting into the end zone. And shout out to Michael Thomas again for breaking the receptions record. A quiet, great year. I don't feel like people talked about it enough how great of a season he was. We were talking about so many other things. But yeah, he just had a terrific season. And he doesn't do the one-handed catches like Odell, but he's just always consistent. He's always there. He's always open. He always gets the catches. So, again, terrific to him, and congratulations on the receptions record. A lot of records being broken in New Orleans. Yeah, that was insane. What do you think of the next WrestleMania matchups? Honestly, the only reason I know anything about wrestling, Evan Roberts, who I listen to here in New York, does a lot of wrestling, talks a lot about wrestling on his podcast, and I enjoy listening to Evan, so I know about him. But I still can't tell you who champions. I can't tell you, like, matchups. I don't know what the matchups are. Whatever happens, happens. I just don't really care about wrestling, except when I hear him talk about it, because he's funny and I enjoy him talking about it. And I like when he's angry about wrestling, which I find funny. But yeah, I don't really have any opinion on wrestling. Frankie's in college nuts. You can't tempt him with cotton candy and a jump castle. What? I never got tempted by that. Cotton candy's overrated to me. And jump castles, forget it. I like obstacle courses. I'm honestly kind of worried for the Seahawks next game, considering they're 4-3 at home and they're facing the Niners. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Niners-Seahawks final game of the year. And by the way, that's going to be the 8 o'clock Sunday night football game. So that'll be great. So watch that. What do you mean? He's just saying stuff. But so Seahawks-Niners is going to be great next week. And we got Packers-Vikings on Monday. Got a lot of good games here heading to the end of the season. Do you want to go over the playoff picture right now? Right, and as of right now, I want to get it correct. So we're gonna go on here for another 20 minutes. So, and again, if you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down there below for more content like this. We'll be back tomorrow night after Packers and Vikings. Do want to go over the AFC right now? Baltimore's number 1, and they've got that locked up. New England's 2, Kansas City's 3, Houston's 4, Buffalo's 5, and then it's 3 teams right now fighting for that last spot. It's Tennessee, it's Pittsburgh, it's Oakland. None of those teams really interest me all that much. I feel like whoever it is, they're going to lose to Kansas City. That's just gut feeling on my part. And then the NFC, it's San Francisco, who's number 1 right now, but it's not locked up. Then it's New Orleans 2, Green Bay 3, Philly 4, Seattle 5, Minnesota 6, and then Dallas trying to steal that spot away from Philadelphia. Again, that should be fascinating. I wish we had Eagles-Cowboys as the NFC East game this week, or next week. But we got it this week, and it was very interesting. I do feel like right now whoever loses to Philly-Dallas is going to lose to either Seattle or Minnesota. Personal feeling right there. As a Texans fan, I'll be ever grateful. As a Texans fan, I will forever be grateful for the Bears for drafting Trubisky ahead of Watson so that the Texans could trade up for the Browns to get Watson. Thank you, Bears, for making such a stupid mistake. Yo, Frankie, as subscribers of yours feel like we can't connect to you on a personal level. Please tell us a real-life antidote to connect your fans to you. I mean, I was bullied, I guess, when I was a kid, but I overcame it. And the best moment of my... Okay, all right, here's the real life. So I was... We'll get back to football here. So when I was in fifth grade, I think, we did the pace test. You guys did that pace test, right? Where you just run back and forth. And here's a kid who was bullied a little bit. Not by everybody, but just by a few kids. And that year, in the first pace test of the year, the pacer test, I was the number 1 kid in the class. I had like 56 laps, and I had the whole class cheering for me. And it was the greatest moment of my life. And I almost got carted off, or like I almost had people on my shoulders. You know, like the end of Rudy. Who's the wild man now? I almost had that moment. So that's like a top 5 moment in my life. Oh, also the next year, when I went to a private school, I did public speaking. We did public speaking, and I did basketball. And I thought I was going to be terrible. And I ended up being the best kid in the class. I had the best grade in the class. And again, it was Rudy because no one expected it. No one expected this loser to be number 1. So yeah, there it is. I hope that was a personal enough for you, Harrison. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 3. And it's like, no, I don't have that. Wiener Schnitzel is better than cotton candy, my man. It's really after he jumps on the kitty channel. No. Yeah, Gabriel, don't worry about him. They also have Barkley Wildman for receiving touchdown. Yes, well, the Steelers stuck it up today versus the Jets. Their offense is terrible. Again, quarterback. Frankie, tell us how you dealt with puberty. I dealt with it. You're going too far off topic. Tell us more about your struggles coming up in the game. We're trying to hear about the hustle. Those are my struggles. Yeah, I started this channel about a year and a half ago. Had a hard time getting to it at first, but eventually I was able to overcome it. What is that topic supposed to be? Football. What if both teams are tied for the playoffs? Will there be a tiebreaker game or something else? No. They'll just do a bunch of tiebreaker scenarios and they'll figure something out. Do you think Eagles make it again to playoff for the 3rd year in a row? Right now, I'm leaning towards yes because I think they're going to win next week against whoever they play. I think they play the Redskins. I think Cowboys, Giants. I think it's Eagles, Redskins. So, or maybe it's the other way around. At this point, does it matter? It's Eagles, Giants. Never mind. It's Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, Redskins. I say the Eagles beat the Giants. Frankie, your fans love you. I love you too. We go off topic sometimes, but not like this. No, it's always like this. The Saints came back to beat the Titans today. Congrats to the Saints. Congrats to the Saints as well. Nice comeback win there. Out here telling war stories for the fans. Go, Frankie G. Yeah, the Seahawks isn't at home was a surprise, though. Shaking my head. Yeah, I don't understand that either. Someone explained that logic to me. Seattle losing at home. I mean, again, to Arizona, who's wildly mediocre. They got a nice young quarterback, but that's really it. I don't get that. Eagles versus the Giants next week at MetLife. Should be fun. Eagles, Giants. I expect the Eagles to win that and clinch the NFC East. So we got about 15 more minutes here, guys. So if you have any comments, do you think the Falcons will be good next year? If they have a new coach, they have a lot of talent. I'm going to lean towards no. I think they'll be better than next year, but they'll be better than last year, but still not great. Do you think OJ is innocent? No, I think he's guilty. I think the glove, there's something fishy going on there. I think he had to do it. I mean, who else killed him? Okay, Frankie, so who was the race ethnicity of the children who bullied you? I don't remember. I mean, I can't really describe. They were people. I don't look at them as race or anything. I just look at them as people. Sorry. I look at them as people, and they were lost souls in need of comfort. Eagles play Giants. All right, guys, we good. Yo, I'm leaving. All right, Gabriel, if you got to go, thanks for stopping by, and I'm glad you had a great first game today, so thanks, man. Oh, just because reasons. Oh, sorry about the people that some of these people in the comment section. They can be rough. Sorry about that. Why would an innocent man run? Yeah, that was the other thing. I was like, if he was innocent, why would he run after the cops? Like, there was a story here in New Jersey. I don't know if you guys may have read about it. There was there was this woman who was killed, and I guess the last we heard of her was her ex-boyfriend was meeting her up or driving her in his car or whatever, and so the boyfriend became a person of interest, and they ended up the boyfriend ended up killing himself. So it's like, if you didn't do it, why would you kill yourself? So it's like, I think that was obvious that he did that. How do you feel about OJ on Twitter acting Canadian when he's not doing what he must believe in? I think it's ridiculous. I can't I don't care. I think it's ridiculous. For those kids, again, I don't remember, and again, I don't care what they were. They're lost souls to me. What if the Jets and Giants battled each other? Which one of them would be home team or away? Because they both play at MetLife. I think that happened this year, and I don't remember who played. I guess they switch back and forth. It doesn't matter. Remember that one kid beat you up bad? Would you punch him in the face if you had the chance to be honest? If Andy connects to the story? No. In fact, I'll tell you a good story. You guys want a story that connects? So I had one kid. I won't mention his name. He was probably my biggest bully. He harassed me all the time. He made fun of me. And some of it was because I was annoying. But he really got on me a lot. And a few years ago, I met him. I saw him again. We were at the pool, and I saw him. I said hi to him. I said, what's up? We talked for 5 minutes, and then we left. I didn't punch him. I didn't bring up the bullying. Because you know why? He makes mistakes. I make mistakes. Life's too short to hold grudges. I don't let that get to me. So that's just some of you might want to get revenge on your old people that get back at you, but sometimes it's just okay to let those grudges go. It happens. We move on from it. We grow. Now, some grudges I understand you can't get rid of, but these are grudges. This isn't really good. I moved on from it. I didn't have any permanent scars from this. I moved on. So that's what sometimes in life it's better to forgive. To me, a guilty man runs because if you're innocent, then that's why would you run? Exactly. That made no sense to me. It's hurt people. Yes. OJ ran in airports for rental car commercial. Was he guilty then too? That was different because he was running in airports. It was a commercial. It wasn't real, and they were doing it for fun. He was running from the police. In that car, in the Bronco. So I don't understand why he would do that unless he was guilty. Life's too short to hold grudges. This kid's wiser than the age. He must be. No. Again, I know very few women, and women are way smarter than me. So yeah. I hate bullies. I hate them too, and we have to deal with them sometimes. We have to deal with them sometimes in the comment section. But you know what? You gotta move on and just deal with it. You gotta just take the next step. Why does society hate gender? Don't really know. I don't know what gender. It's just so why does society hate? Now I know what you're talking about. I don't know why. I'm not gonna touch that. Yeah, life's too short to hold grudges. Exactly. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life. We're getting off topic again here from sports. Every week we try to talk about sports, and then we go off the beaten path. The Cowboys right now are the number one trending thing. The Cowboys are stuck in Philly because of a plane that was not viable. So it's stuck in Philly. Yeah. So the Cowboys had to find another. Well, look at this. Okay, so now, all right. I looked at Skip Bayless threw his Ezekiel Elliott jersey in the trash. good for him. Good for Skip Bayless. He threw his cowboy hat in the trash. Skip Bayless is so ticked off. Good for him. So, yeah, I don't care. Women are smarter than you, so you're saying women are more elite than you. Yeah, I know that. It was all over the news, the white Bronco. Oh, of course, I go back, 1994. Yeah. During the NBA Finals. OJ did say he saw a black poster at him when he left the house. So, I don't believe everything he says. Giants won, baby. Yes. Terrific. Now, again, it may have cost us Chase Young, but that was a great win for the Giants. OJ was framed. Tell the truth. I don't think he was. I think he did it. Who killed him? That's my question. If OJ didn't do it, who did it? They still haven't found out. I think it was him. I mean, why else? Who else would kill? I used to have this bully that would smack me in the back of the head every day. So I told the principal that only stop for a couple days. That just went back to its regular ways. Exactly. Just move on. You know how you really deal with bullies? You know what's even more painful than you know what's the most painful thing you can do to a bully? Ignore him. If you ignore a bully and you get no reaction out of him, the bully's gonna be like the bully, because the bully wants to inflict pain. If you have no pain, if you're not even having any reaction, then what's the bully gonna do? That's worse. I remember hearing he also had a gun to his head. Yes, he had a gun to his head while running from the law. Almost pulled the trigger, but he didn't. Who's your team? I've been over this before. I don't have a favorite team. The teams I talk about the most are the Jets and the Giants, but I don't have a favorite team because I don't want to come off as a guy who likes two teams. So that's really where I am right now. Again, I don't have two. The teams I talk about the most are the Jets and the Giants, but I don't have a favorite team. Drug dealers. I like to see evidence. Again, if he was running from the cops, if he was innocent, why did he run from the cops? Why can't he just sit there and like, hey, officers, I'm here. I'll answer any of your questions. I don't think Ray Lewis killed those people either, but it was like strange. Like, why would you obstruct justice? Again, I'll tell you, if I have a lot of great friends in my life. If I saw any of them kill a guy or girl or anyone, and the police came to me, I'm ratting on them. I don't care who it is. If I saw you kill somebody, I'm telling everybody. The Irishman and The Lighthouse, best movies of the year. I have not seen either, but the Lighthouse I've heard is terrific. I need to get to those eventually, but The Lighthouse, from all accounts, is this beautiful, beautiful movie with Defoe and Patterson, and the guy who directed The Witch, which was great as well. So this guy seems like he's a really talented director. So yeah, from all I heard that's a great movie. And The Irishman again is also. I've heard some people say it's too long. I gotta check it out for myself, but it's great seeing those guys together. Scorsese, De Niro, Pacino, Pesci. It's just a dream team, and I love seeing all those guys together again. So I'm happy that, and the digital de-aging, it's cool. So if it wins the Oscar, that's great. You would get a longer sentence. Would you? I don't know. Exactly why Ronnie makes you look guilty. Exactly. Ray Lewis absolutely whacked that dude. I'm not a fan anymore. A fan of what? What did I say? The fans don't want a rat, Frankie. No, I'm not a rat. I'm not a rat. Like, okay, maybe again. Like, I'm gonna tell if the cops come to me. I'm gonna tell it. I don't want to get arrested. And again, obstruction of justice. I have no loyalty. Only if you kill somebody. Okay, if you kill somebody, I'm seeing you. So yeah, Harrison, please, Harrison, don't Harrison, you connected so much with me already. Don't bail on this. Ray Lewis absolutely whacked that dude. Again, what's up? The fans, 6'9". Yeah, I heard about him. Poor guy. Or actually, I don't know. I don't get how when a woman hits a man, nobody cares. When a man hits a woman back to self-defense, all of a sudden a problem. Like, I hate that. I probably shouldn't touch this, because then I'm going to get into. I think men are more powerful than women. I think that's the argument. Joker is overrated. I have not seen that either. A friend of mine, because I don't see a lot of movies in the theaters by now. I want to see that, because when I heard Phoenix was going to do that role, it was like perfect. He seems amazing, and the parts I've seen, he looks terrific. He looks terrifying in the trailer, and he just has this way of just being menacing, and also just completely changing character and just being able to transform. And so I'm glad he got this role. And this movie caused a lot of controversy. It might get nominated for Best Picture. We'll see. You do have a point. Cops love a rat. Frankie, you've been getting fat on that cheese. Shout out Juice. Absolutely shout out Juice. Juice WRLD RIP. Is this about football or what? It's supposed to be about football, but people ask a lot of questions. Too much taxi driver and King of Comedy. Yeah, no, exactly. When it showed De Niro in the as the comedian, I'm like, really? We're doing this? By the way, if you guys have not seen King of Comedy, Taxi Driver is great. If you've not seen King of Comedy, an underrated masterpiece from Scorsese, fantastic. So check out King of Comedy. Recommendation. Joaquin's really good. Joaquin's great. Cheeseheads versus Vikings tomorrow night. Yeah, well, look, Frankie, what degree would you if you walked into your buddy's place and you had a bag of heroin, would you call the cops? I'd probably, in that instance, probably not. Again, it's like if the cops come to me. I'm not somebody that's probably going to go to the cops. Now, okay. Now, if I see something on a bus, if you see something, say something. If I'm on a bus and I see something suspicious, I tell somebody because, But, like, if I see heroin, it's like, all right, I probably shouldn't go to that. I luckily don't know anyone with heroin, so I probably won't have to deal with that. But, yeah, if I see it, it's like, or whatever, just I'm not going to take any. But, like, if someone comes, if the cops come to me and, like, hey, do you know anything? I'd be like, yeah. Because, like, I don't want to lie. It's the cops. I don't want to get arrested. If not, I can go to someone else's live stream. No, stay here. Again, we mostly talked football, and go back 55 minutes earlier where we talked a lot of football. Packers. I wish Friday Night Football was still a thing. I don't know. I'm sick of Friday. I'm sick of Thursday Night Football. I just want football on Sundays and Mondays. That's it. No. 3 Wee is a new person here. Don't insult him. But that's true. I get what you're saying. It's involving you. That's going to ruin your life down the line. Exactly. You run from the cops? No, I've never run from the cops. Frankie doesn't care about you. He's an internet celebrity. Internet celebrity in quotes, okay? Don't agree, but respect it. Okay, what's the most illegal thing you've ever done? I don't think I've ever done anything illegal. I've never done anything illegal. All right, the most suspicious thing I ever did. Okay, like maybe like last year I went to a movie theater, and like. At the end of the movie, when the credits rolled, I went into the theater and talked to my sister. So I didn't pay for a ticket, but whatever. And then this year, what did I do? Oh, this year I went to the Winston Cup Museum, the NASCAR Museum in North Carolina, and I held up the Winston Cup trophy. That was the big trophy that they had from like the 70s to the early 2000s. I held up that trophy and then I put it down and I ran away. I got to hold it, but there was no security there, so I got to hold the trophy. I don't know if I was allowed to, but I held it. So that's the most illegal thing I've ever done. This comment sounds nice. Thank you. Frankie, what happened when you hit that crack pipe? I never hit that crack pipe. Have you ratted someone out before? Right, in terms of like, maybe like when I was younger and like, when I was younger I probably did it, but it was like over something stupid. Like, oh, he did this, he spit on something. Yeah, like in terms of like actual like criminal thing, no. Probably over my, like, when I was stupid, like when I was younger and I was ratting on my sister about, like, just some stupid thing. Like, oh, my sister got, did this, or nothing illegal. Like, oh, my sister got angry at my sister said this, or my sister said that, or my sister got angry, my sister, or something like that. So, good fan base. Sorry. I did ding dong ditch a pigeon man's house and he came out flapping his wings and hit me with a big moan. Sounds interesting. Didn't pay for a movie. He's a bad man. I didn't pay for a movie. The movie was over. Take that for what it's worth. I was joking around. They all sound toxic. Oh, thank you. Frankie once took a salt and pepper shaker from Denny's and broke a window. He said you like that. He told me so. I never told you that. Salt and pepper shaker from Denny's and just broke a window. I don't think I've ever been to Denny's. I mean, I should. I just don't have the time. I think the Titans will take the 6th seed in the AFC for the final wildcard spot in the AFC. The Steelers are not looking too good right now. I guess I'll go with Tennessee in that. But Tennessee plays Houston. That's no gimme. But the Steelers play the Ravens, so it's a very interesting scenario that's going to be playing out here over the next few days. My first time here and I'm subbing. Thank you, Yusuf. I really appreciate that. So yeah, we got about 2 minutes to go here. It's about 12:08 and I've got things to do, so we're going to have to wrap things up here in just a few minutes. So again, I just want to point out, tomorrow night we will be live after Packers-Vikings. So come back here after the Packers-Vikings game and we'll recap that game here tomorrow night. So come back here and we'll do that. Why is there so many rats in New York City? I don't know. Do they come from the boat? I don't know what the heck they are, but they're there. I thought in Ratatouille they were only in France, but whatever. I'm still debating if I should sub. I don't want to force you to do it. If you want more content like this, then yes, you should sub. If you don't want content like this, then you probably shouldn't. But you do what you got to do, man. This is America, or wherever you are live. This is the world. Frankie's a New Jersey rat. No, I'm not. I'm a New Jersey. I'm a New Jersey devil. But no, I'm not that either. Frankie loose lips. No. Again, I don't rat on anybody. It's just give me a break. I haven't done it yet, and I know I never have to get to that point. All right. My dad's a Raiders fan, and he's stressed about the playoffs. Look, tell him to relax. Oh, actually, I can't tell him to relax. they're probably not going to make it. So I wish your dad the best, but yeah, I don't think it's going to. The Bears got blown out. Yeah, Trevor, sorry, the live stream's almost over, man. But thank you for coming in for just a minute. Yeah, the Bears, Chiefs just ran over Chicago. Trubisky's awful and Nagy's bad. The Texans already won the AFC South Division, Frankie. Yeah, but the Titans are trying to get a wild card spot. But maybe the Texans are trying to get a higher, like a first round bye. So I don't know how that works out. Who is your team? Again, I've been over this. I should put out a statement. I don't have a team, but the two teams I talk about the most are the Jets and the Giants. I don't want to come off as a hypocrite, so I don't say I have a favorite team. But the two teams I talk about the most are the Jets and the Giants. You didn't answer the question. What was the question? I don't know. I don't care, really. I already have a happy life. If I stole a chocolate bar from the corner store, it's like, whatever. I just pay for the chocolate bar. If she wants a chocolate bar, I'll pay her. I'll go into the store and pay her. I'm like, here's your chocolate bar. Have a nice day. I didn't mean it like that. I don't even want to know why there's so many wanted. I have no idea. Everything's weird. Why? Because people like asking weird questions to me. I've become the weird question guy. If you have a weird question, I'm here for you. All right, we should wrap things up now. It's been an hour, and you guys are getting really, really crazy. It's past midnight here. All right, so thank you guys again so much for watching us on what was supposed to be a football reaction, but yet again, we got sidetracked. Do you root for the Giants or Jets, though? I root for both of them. I want both of them to do well, but I don't want to say I'm a fan of them. Because, again, I like both teams, so I don't want to say I root for them. Because you're stupid. Barry. Oh, did you change your logo? Oh, there's 2 Harrison 228s? Oh, that's weird. She wants to see you're a bad man. No, I'm a good guy. I'm not going to steal a chocolate bar. Again, I'll just pay her. I'll go into the store, I'll buy the chocolate bar, and I'll give it to her. Again, I'm straight as a line. I've been over this. We stream baseball. Yes. I will do. I did a lot of baseball live streams earlier this October, so go check those out. I did a Yankee reaction after they lost in the ALCS to the Jose Altuve home run. I did a live reaction to that. So I've done a lot of those. The Giants and Jets both won today. Yes, very good for both of them. Sorry, by the way, that OBS looks like it's falling apart on me here. Do you like Mike the Pope? Are you talking Mike Francesa? If that Mike the Pope, then I love that Pope. Even though he's terrible now. I treated someone that bad that they made an alt of me. Apparently. Blah. Do you live near Jersey City? I don't want to give that information out. Oh, my videos. Oh, I haven't seen your videos yet. And nothing against you. I just haven't gotten a chance. I'll look this up now. I don't get a chance to look at all you guys' videos here. But, because I'm busy. I'm Pledge, haha, you guys stupid. Gosh, you guys are so... This channel, this group is a very strange group. I gotta look this up before I get going here. Well, I want to give you the respect. Why'd you make mad, Harrison? I don't know. Come on, everybody, let's hit that like. Thank you again. David. Hold on, let me just pull it up here. We got a comment. Okay, now I see it. I'm someone too. Yes, Mike Fran. Okay. Oh, Mike Francesa. Yes, I love Mike Francesa. Let me tell you. I'm number one for 30 years. I'm number one, and I'm always been number one. So yeah. Who's your NBA team? Mine is the Celtics. Mine's the Knicks. Congrats on your Celtics on how great they are. And that without Kyrie, they've been just fine. I'm sorry, but then it got too weird for me. Yeah. So all right. So okay, yeah, I see it now. So yeah, that's okay. So yeah, it looks like you guys are having too much fun down there. I should wrap things up here again soon because first of all, I'm skipping a lot and my battery's low, so I gotta get going. Thank you guys again so much. Y'all dumb like I'm pledging. Y'all did not know. Oh, your pledge. Oh, nice job, clever, nice. So. Thank you guys again so much for watching here. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see again, make sure you subscribe down below. Someone went crazy with Frankie has special powers to deranged people with the sales of being punked. Yes, absolutely. I don't know what that means, but I agree. So yeah, that's it. What NBA games were there tonight? I don't know. I'll do NBA games on Christmas. But I don't know what games there were tonight. There was Lakers, Nuggets. I think Denver won by a lot. So thank you guys again for watching. I'll be back tomorrow night to break down Packers Vikings. Anyway, great NFL Sunday. Chiefs just destroyed the Bears, and now look up Drunk Man Hates Alex Jones. Oh boy, I'm sure that's very interesting. I'm Gabriel. Oh, good to see you, Gabriel. Watch later, Frankie. Bye. Thank you, Trevor. So yeah, I gotta get going here, guys. Again, the battery's at 2%, so I gotta wrap it up. But this was a fun NFL Sunday. Chiefs are going to destroy the Bears, and the Bears are just pathetic. Gabriel with his usual routine. What's up? Nice job, Gabriel. Good to see you have a second account. Thank you guys again for subscribing to this account, joining us, and thanks for having a lot of fun. So, see you guys tomorrow for Packers Vikings. Take care, guys. God bless. Have a good night.